This is the road stop on NewsX. I'm in Coimbatore on a campaign trail with the DMK Lok Sabha candidate Ganapathy Rajkumar. With a population of 3 million, the constituency is 75.73% urban and 24.27% rural. Scheduled castes and scheduled tribes make up 10.27% and 0.07% of the population, respectively. 88.03% of the population is Hindu, while 6.10% is Muslim and 5.50% is Christian. Over 1.2 million people qualify to vote. 63% of the people turned up to vote in 2019. Ganapathy Rajkumar has also been the former mayor of Coimbatore. This is the first time he is going to be fighting on a DMK ticket for the Lok Sabha candidature. Will he be able to win this election against the BJP star candidate Annamalai remains to be seen. Remember, this is also important to note that Ganapathy Rajkumar has been picked by the DMK from Coimbatore, which has been traditionally a seat that DMK gives to the CPIM. This time around, it has taken matters in its own hands and picked up a DMK candidate. So, is the DMK unnerved by the BJP's Annamalai, who has gained so much popularity in the last few weeks and months, and whether DMK will be able to retain this seat in its kitty from Coimbatore constituency remains to be seen. CPIM's PR Natarajan was elected to the parliament from Coimbatore with over 5,71,000 votes 5 years ago. The constituency is set to face a high-stakes battle in the first phase of the general elections. While the DMK backed the winning candidate of the CPIM in 2019, the ruling party of Tamil Nadu has decided to go solo in 2024. With eyes on its Lok Sabha tally, the DMK is placing its bets on Ganapathy Rajkumar. Ganapathy Rajkumar was born to Palani Sami and Bhuvaneshwari on 17th April 1965. He completed his schooling from the Government Higher Secondary School in Coimbatore in 1983. Rajkumar then went on to pursue his BA from PSG College of Arts and Sciences in 1986 and obtained an MA degree in Mass Communication and Law. He began his political career with the AIDMK in 1989. In 2001, Rajkumar was elected councillor in the Coimbatore City Corporation. As part of the AIDMK, he served as the 5th mayor of Coimbatore from 2014 to 2016. In 2020, Rajkumar joined the DMK in the presence of MK Stalin. He is currently serving as the DMK's Presidium Chairman of Coimbatore. We are in Nanjundapuram. It's early in the morning and the DMK supporters have gathered here waiting for their leader to arrive. The DMK candidate begins his campaign. Right now joining me is the Lok Sabha candidate of the DMK from Coimbatore constituency. Thank you so much, Ganapathy Rajkumar. Quickly getting a word from you. The first time around, the DMK has picked its own candidate. Earlier, it used to be the CPIM, whose candidate used to be picked from Coimbatore, and he has been winning the elections. The CPIM candidates have been winning the elections. Why the change this time around?
Actually, we want a representative here in Coimbatore very much because we don't have any MLAs here. So the party needs a representative here for the development of the party and for the welfare measures of the chief ministers to reach the people. So that's why we are contesting in our own party.
Lot of people are saying that this time, because the BJP candidate Annamalai has been picked to fight from Coimbatore, that DMK has become unnerved and therefore they are putting in their best resources, best people, best candidate to fight the election in a bid to win it.
Yeah, that's true. We want to win this seat very much. Annamalai is contesting here in Coimbatore, but he belongs to another place. He's coming here to Coimbatore, but I'm the son of the soil, so that's why the party has chosen me.
What are the key issues, do you think, for the people of Coimbatore for whom you are going to, if you win, fight at the centre?
We will win surely, and the first thing we are going to take it up is the expansion of the Coimbatore airport. It's been waiting for 10 years, 10 long years. Then again, the train timings in Coimbatore, even the railway station, which gives a very good revenue to the railway board, has been neglected for the past more than 10 years, I believe. And also the speedy implementation of the metro train transport. So that's what the people are very much expecting. And that's what the key issues we are going to take it up after winning the elections.
Now, there is also the issue of the languishing textile industry. What action plan has DMK thought of to improve the situation?
The main villain of this election, not only for textiles, for this election, the villain is GST. Because of GST, the trading community, the industrial sector, everything is coming to maybe if this continues, it will come to a grinding halt. It's being slowed down. So we have to fight GST. Either it should be removed or it should be reduced. Something should happen. So we will fight for that.
Also, BJP has been attacking the DMK, talking about how they are making this politics about petty things, talking about communalization, talking about Sanatan Dharma and attacking Hindus.
No, the issue is BJP is based upon Hindutva. We peaceful, peace-loving people of Coimbatore, we are all happy here in this government, in this regime. All religion, all caste, community people are happy, and this is a harmonious rule. So if BJP comes here, there are going to be a wall between the Hindutva people and the other non-Hindutva people, especially the minority communities. It is going to be a wall. To be more blunt, it is going to be a wall of shame. That will the part they'll be playing in Coimbatore. So we don't want that scenario in Coimbatore.
There is also, BJP attacking DMK, talking about how it has created the North-South divide on the basis of language, on the basis of culture. How true is that?
Actually speaking, they want to implement Hindi. That is the reason why people don't accept BJP here. We are much older civilization, much older language. We are more than 4,000, 5,000 years. So we want to be undisturbed. We are we mind our own business. And that is where the problem, when they start implementing Hindi, the divide comes.
What is the agenda of the day? You already hit the road.
Agenda of?
Today's agenda.
Yeah, we are meeting the people. We are not very much making noise in social media and wasting our time. Actually, we are going to the people. We are connected to the people. We ensure that the schemes of the Chief Minister has reached the people, and we get a very good reception. And one more thing I want to point out here is BJP is facing the anti-incumbency. So we are getting a very good reception and received well.
Also in Coimbatore, I think in the last two elections, what has happened is the results of the Lok Sabha elections have been that earlier it used to be the AIDMK and then the DMK, and then you used to exchange the second positions as well. Now BJP's vote share has increased in the last two elections. It was the second in place in 2019. It had about 30-31% of the seat share, of the vote share. What is this reflective of?
I think that time they were in alliance with the ADMK, and that scenario was different, and now present scenario is different. And ADMK is also contesting alone. BJP is contesting alone, we are contesting alone. And in the last local body elections, we won 96% of the seats in Coimbatore Corporation. That is out of 96%. That shows how strong we are. So this time we are going to win comfortably.
Do you think the AIDMK, which has also pitted its candidate, the BJP that has pitted its candidate, is anyway going to impact the DMK votes?
Not at all. Not at all. The votes of DMK, the alliance parties, they are very strong. They are very firm. Our alliance is very strong, and it is not affected by any of ADMK or BJP, this thing.
He halts briefly to meet his supporters. It is customary to greet the leaders with a shawl, a gesture that symbolizes people's trust and their vote for the leader.
I am a DMK person. I will support in our
Who will become Prime Minister?
Rahul Gandhi.
Who will become Prime Minister?
Rahul Gandhi.
Do you see MK Stalin ever becoming Prime Minister of India?
Maybe.
We want to defeat the fascism.
we want to defeat the Modi government, which is against the people interest. They are not doing any good to the Tamil Nadu. They are not giving a single pie. They are giving only 29 paise. But we are paying 1 rupee as tax. Our Stalin is doing so much of good work in Tamil Nadu. With 29 rupees, we are able to lay road. If you give 50 paise, actual our share, it is our Amir Bagam. If they give, if the central government is kind enough to give, we'll get it. India Alliance will win. We will win. We'll do the best by the Tamil Nadu.
We get talking to Ganapati Rajkumar.
Well, the red and black DMK flags are flying high. There is a huge convoy, sir, that is accompanying you. The big question, India Alliance, DMK part of it, who is going to be the Prime Minister?
No second doubt about it. It is going to be Rahul Gandhi.
Do you think Rahul Gandhi has what it takes to be the Prime Minister of the country? Will he get enough votes? Is the Congress strong enough?
Yes, of course, he is going to be the Prime Minister if the India Alliance wins in India. No doubt about it. He has the capacity to rule India. We believe in it.
What about the DMK chief and the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu? Do you think he should be a prime contender to become the Prime Minister of the country?
You know, he was the one, first of all, to point out that Rahul Gandhi will be the Prime Minister. He was the first to do it. So, it was proposed by Mr. M.K. Stalin, Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. So, no second question.
But India Alliance members, a lot of political parties who have joined the alliance against the BJP, against the NDA feel they have still not named the person who's going to be the prime ministerial face. Why is that?
That is their policy. That usually happens there. But we are firm and we are decisive, and we have announced in advance that Rahul Gandhi will be the Prime Minister. So we don't have any confusion in this alliance. So it is going steady.
Okay, if you become the member of the parliament from Coimbatore constituency, what are the issues, what are the changes that you will bring to the people of Coimbatore sitting from the parliament?
Sitting from the parliament, that already I told you the 3 core issues I'm going to raise: airport, railway station and metro train. And apart from that, we are the ruling party here in the Tamil Nadu. So the Chief Minister is always with us for the people, and especially Coimbatore, the next to Chennai, it is a very fast growing and it is a cosmo city. We will do the basic infrastructures. We will bring more industries to Tamil Nadu, that is Coimbatore. We are going to generate more job opportunities, and lots of, we believe that lots of software companies are going to step into Coimbatore. Apart from Bangalore and Chennai, we are going to be another hub of software industry. So these are the things that's going to happen after the elections.
Okay, and talking about how this election is panning out, this is just the last leg. I think it is on 19th of April, people are going to come out to vote. What is your appeal to the people of Coimbatore?
They should vote, that is what we are appealing, and they should vote for us, because BJP, the candidate, is new to the town, and BJP for the past 10 years they were ruling. What they gave to the people is the increase in all the prices like basic LPG, the cylinder, petrol hike, petrol diesel hike, so GST. And apart from that, the ADMK, they don't have a proper alliance, they don't have a Prime Minister candidate. They are actually in good terms with the BJP, but they are contesting against each other, but after the elections again they are going to collide.
Do you think AIDMK is the B team of BJP? They are working, colluding together to cut DMK's votes?
That's what we were telling right from the beginning. It is the ADMK is the B team of BJP, no doubt about it.
Okay. Also, how many votes do you think, do you estimate you are going to get this time around?
We will win with a comfortable margin of more than, the difference will be more than 2 lakhs. We are very confident about that.
Okay, all right. You are meeting and greeting the people of Coimbatore. Which are all these, why are these places that we are roaming around important?
This place? No, we are going all over the constituency. This part is also very comfortable. You can see how the people receive, especially the ladies, how they receive. We get a warm reception. Sir, we are very positive throughout the constituency, not only here in this town, but throughout, in the villages also. You can come and see.
Okay. Annamalai has said yesterday, he said 100 assurances in 500 days if he comes to power in Coimbatore constituency. What is your rebuttal to that?
For the past 10 years, they were doing nothing. And only after winning, actually, he's speaking like an opposition party. They are in power. They are ruling India for the past 10 years. But I think Annamalai has forgotten it. He's speaking like an opposition party.
Okay. Also talking about this place, we are canvassing on the streets. It has been, I don't know how many days has it been. Is it also a tiring experience, keeping in mind you start your day early in the morning, finish late at night, and you've been doing it for I don't know how many days?
It's a demanding job, but we are happy that we can see the people all around the constituency. We can feel the pulse of them, what they want, how the schemes have reached. So we are very happy. We get very good response, and what they need further, that is the feedback we are giving to the Chief Minister. So everything is going very well, very positive.
Another charge that has been made by the BJP, DMK is a corrupt government, DMK is a corrupt party.
They can say like that, but what about BJP? What about electoral bonds? What about this thing, quarry problem in Karnataka? The Reddy brothers, what happened to that? And Yediyurappa was charged by the Lok Ayuta. He was removed from power. Then what does it speak of it? So they don't have that eligibility, that capacity to speak about corruption here. What about Rafale deal? So they cannot speak about corruption here. No way.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. I'll let you carry on with your campaign through the day today.
His cadre has full faith in their leader.
The campaign is going very well. We've been campaigning for a month now, and it is fantastic.
How tiring is it? You start at 7 a.m., finish at 11 p.m.
It is, we take a lot of time, but when you meet people, it's not tiring. The tiredness goes away.
Who do you think is going to be the Prime Minister of India?
I think the India coalition will have a thumping victory in India, and the coalition partners will decide who will be the Prime Minister.
You think India Alliance is formidable against the BJP?
It is formidable.
Rahul Gandhi going to be the Prime Minister of India because he's one of the youth. He has a great power. So I believe he's going to be the Prime Minister of India. Rahul Gandhi has a power of he has a great figure of whole India. So we will be showing him as a great figure of our party.
So we have reached Bharati Nagar. It's one more pocket of the constituency of Coimbatore where the DMK candidate is vociferously campaigning.
It's 38 degrees Celsius and we have stepped off the convoy for a quick water break.
Again, a lot of people have come to support you, a lot of locals. So what are you hoping from them?
Yeah, they are working for the elections. We have lots of supporters. We have lots of party members here. So this party is always alive with the DMK people. So it's a positive area for us.
Also, your alliance with the IUML, alliance with the Congress, how important are these smaller parties for you to win the election?
Yeah, they are also present in very good numbers in Coimbatore. IUML, Congress, Marxist Party, CPI Party, all are present in good numbers.
You said that you're also going to visit this area, which is a Muslim-dominated area.
Next area is supposed to be lots of minority peoples dwell there. So we'll be going shortly. Within 5 or 10 minutes, we'll be reaching that point.
6% of the population in Coimbatore is Muslim. Why is this community very important to AIDMK, to the DMK, to all parties?
Yeah, irrespective of the party, in this election, they are going to vote for us.
Okay. I'm going to shift focus to the a row that has taken national importance. It was about the Kachativu islands that were allegedly handed over by the government of India under Indira Gandhi to Sri Lanka. Now, BJP says that, the area which is a haven, which is a home for the fishermen, was handed over, and that time Karunanidhi was in power.
Actually, Kachativu issue has been forgotten long time back. No people will know at present. Only a bit older generation will know about Kachativu issue. And it happened during Indira Gandhi's period. I don't know what has happened here. It doesn't have any impact on the people right now. That BJP doesn't have anything to tell. They didn't do anything in welfare measures for the people. So they are raking up the older issues, which is of no use to the people at present. So they don't have anything except issues like Kachativu.
But Kachativu, you think it was the right thing for the government to do, to give the land to Sri Lanka?
That we don't know. Actually, it was an exchange. They gave something and they received something. I do not know exactly what it is, but without knowing the full agreement, we cannot speak. Actually, they gave something. They in turn got back something. So we don't know. That doesn't have any impact on this election.
We have just a few minutes to cool our heels before we hit the road.
As we enter into this Muslim-dominated assembly constituency, which is 6 of the assembly constituencies that form one parliamentary constituency of Coimbatore, there is the chance of the NRC, the Citizenship Amendment Act, that have been decried by the DMK to be anti-Muslim, and that's the narrative that the DMK is carrying forward to speak to the people, to influence them. Meanwhile, this is going to be a long-drawn battle. Like I said, it is just a few days from now when the voting happens.
Halfway through the roadshow, we bid adieu to the DMK leader and wish him all the luck. Will the DMK win the seat once again? Or will the AIDMK wrest control? Or is it going to be the new entrant, the BJP, that steals the show? We'll find out on 4th of June.
That's all on this episode of The Road Stop in Coimbatore. I'm signing off with my camera person Setu Madhavan. I'm Megha Sharma.